both sides today are trying to aim for the same thing. We are all trying to make a society that is better for the minority, that is more accepting, that is fair, and that is more equal. What both sides have the burden to do today is to compare whether the world of entertainment would be better with or without these virtual influencers. And what the opposition side has to argue, what they have to prove in order to win this debate, is that the world without this, the world before the rise of it, the world without it, and even at most the status quo, that is better than what it could be. And we are very proud to propose this motion because we say the status quo is horrible. It is filled with problems like exploitation, there's patriarchy, all of those things. And we say this rise of these virtual influencers are what can change this, and the status quo is not good enough, and therefore we are very, very proud to propose. So I'm going to be going on to talk through my speech with two main clash points, and my refutations and all of that stuff will be included in it. So first clash point, which better solves the problem of exploitation and the harassment and so on. So basically what I'm trying to say is these are the vulnerable people in society, the people who are sexually harassed, the people who are exploited for their privacy, all that stuff. Those are the vulnerable actors. Those are the people that the government must be protecting. So what has OG brought up is a very compelling case about privacy, and we say, and they have talked about how it is important to protect these influencers' privacy. Now, what the closing opposition has just brought up is that they are these people. The problem of anonymity is worse for society and these movements that are trying to support these vulnerable people because they can say radical things and they won't be bashed against. To this, we say that, first of all, this isn't really the point of the debate, but anyways, to engage with it, I'm going to refute to it by clearly saying that because these people are virtual influencers, because they're anonymous, basically all they have is their online platform, basically meaning their Instagram likes, their followers, everything, that is all they have. Therefore, they're going to care a lot. Basically, invest everything into how many followers and likes they have. And therefore, if you're going to say something radical and you lose a number of likes, you basically lose your whole identity, your whole life. So you are going to care about it. So they're going to be incentivized to change that. Furthermore, we say that as the opposition opening has brought up, there's a thing like censoring, like Facebook, Twitter do. Those are the things that come into place here because these virtual influencers only do it online. If they're saying radical, violent things, like Twitter already has like little notifications under Trump's posts, for example, saying this isn't entirely true, or they say like this is involving military or stuff like that. They can provide those notices or censor it, completely take those down. So this radicalization is not something that only happens on our side and can be clearly solved through censoring, and therefore does not really stand. We say that furthermore, what my previous speaker has brought up is directly the only thing that he has been the one who brought up the point about how sexual harassment exists and how this exploitation of workers and this patriarchy, this hierarchy must be solved about within the entertainment business, and the problems such of Harvey Weinstein and so on. The other side has brought up in a POI why this exploitation of sexual harassment exists in other fields. However, first of all, to this, we say this is a field we can solve through virtual influencers, so why not do everything we can to solve this horrible situation of sexual harassment? Furthermore, we say this is especially worse in these environments, in the movie industry, in this entertainment industry, because the people who are being exploited, like these young actresses, they can't speak up against it because they care about what people think about them. They care about their reputation. They need these big producers to hire them in order to make a living, and therefore they can't really speak up, and it's worse in these situations. And we must do everything we can to try to solve this problem and solve this exploitation. Now, second clash point, which solves the problem of societal norms and which that are currently not exclusive and so on. So what OO has brought up and what OCO has expanded on is the point that this virtual influencers creates superficial norms. To this we say that this problem already exists in the status quo and is getting worse, is not being solved, but rather this virtual influencers is the only way to solve this. Now, we say that in the status quo there is already, for example, plastic surgery. People are putting like implants in their implants and like trying to change their skin color, all of that stuff through plastic surgery in order to fit these societal norms. So they're saying this is going to make these women overly curvy or whatever, but that already exists. They are already unrealistic in the status quo, and this is not changing. Furthermore, the OO has a CEO has brought up how this rise will create this like because there will be this they've talked about the rise, and they've also talked about how these companies are going to fit it to societal standards because that is created through comics and movies and so on. They have already said themselves that these come from comics. These societal norms already exist. They are very bad. They're getting worse and worse as cosmetic surgery gets better and better. And we say that is why we have to use this type of social media, these virtual influencers, to change these societal norms. So what my previous speaker has brought up that directly clashes with this is the fact that these exclusive contents can be created because there's the freedom to explore and try to make more, and how because these small creators can also make it, like because it's free and cheap, basically it's online, there's this momentum that can be created. Many people will be creating this new type of freedom, this diverse culture and so on. No, thank you for your point of information. And we say this is what can create a change because there's momentum. And why does this matter? Because online, unlike what the other side has said, they've said there's barriers of how much access you can have, but we say rather online is something that is spreading throughout the world. I know there are some countries in Africa, such as Nigeria, that have a lot of people have smartphones, and like there's actually more spread of internet than there is of water supply. Everyone has a smartphone, everyone has an access to it, and we can create this momentum to change it. The other side has talked about the Me Too movement and all that stuff that can try to change societal norms and these societal problems. However, the people who can speak up in society on their own are very, very limited. They need to have the courage to do that. And we say this is not enough. That is why even after the Me Too movement, there's only so few women who are working, who can shine in society. And we say because of that, by allowing it to be virtual, everyone can do it. So therefore, it can make this change happen so much faster and so much more surely. We say that what the other side, because our side is the side that better solves these societal norms, and the extensions we have brought up directly help this prove our point. We are very, very proud to propose. Thank you.
All right, thanks for that.